Put it on my mouth.
Yeah, like that.
And then at the end.
The end.
Oh yeah, and then what do we do at the end? Become part of the notification gang.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Notification gang.
Yes.
Notification gang.
I can't even say
What
that.
if I'm only backing vocals? Do I just say?
I want a nice delay on that.
Yes.
Notification. I'm not gonna be able to fit it on here. Nice.
Bookation.
Gang.
Notification.
Another gang.
Am I putting the right pronunciation on the right
Oh,
spot?
did it stop?
I think so.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
What was that?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
I thought I heard it go
coughed.
beep 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 beep.
No.
No, that was me.
Fucking
Scaring me.
just
bro.
going crazy
Scaring
over
me.
here. Here.
Sure thing. Ready? Welcome back.
Oh yeah.
307
Oh
React.
shit.
Reacts.
Matt, Chris,
Yeah.
Joey,
Joey.
John. Who are these guys? Who are these guys?
10 for 10.
10
If you
for
follow our
10.
channel at all, if you follow us at all, you've probably heard their name on here several dozen times. These are the boys in 10 for 10.
That
They
drink
are-
liquid death.
They are a two-piece grunge band from right here in Casper, and they're actually the band that we've been working with right here at Snapback Studios for the last 6.5 years. And they've got a 5-song EP available on YouTube. It's called Kiss the Viper.
Yes.
And then there's another one out called Outliers, right? Is that one on YouTube also?
Yeah, Outliers is available. That's you guys don't want credit on that one. That one is Living Room Takes.
That's for the true fans.
So there you go. So
So all of you that respect what Matt and Chris do, please, when you stream the Outliers, know that I did that.
stick to Kiss the Vipers if you want to know what it sounds like.
If
coming
you
out
like
of
Kiss
here.
the Viper, go kick it with the old shit, man. You
So
know what I'm saying?
they're going to sit in on a reaction with us. We have some stuff coming up. Actually, I guess in this video. So they've got a show coming up. Now, I'm going to lose all of the information here as I'm going through this because I'm really good at this.
Here's
so.
the thing. We're going to insert
This
a
is why
little
I-
30-second deal right here, okay? So just pay attention. We'll be back in just a second.
Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm John.
And we are 10 for 10. And we'd like to invite you to our live stream performance of the Battle of the Bands at Sunshine Studios Live, January 11th, 2025.
Saturday night.
You can get your ticket from the link provided, and it's a $5 ticket with a $5 handling fee. Hope to see you there.
And then the editor cut it in.
The
Let's
editor
go.
cut it in. So, all right, so now we're back, and so now you have all the information. They've got a show coming up. We're trying to get some pre-sale tickets to an online event for them. And
January 11th.
Then January 11th is the actual show. If they win, it's a battle of the bands type of thing.
Yeah,
They come
yeah.
back
Put
from-
on
you-
by Sunshine
You
Studios,
got all the
Colorado
information
Springs.
in the video. I don't need to keep explaining that. But anyways, there's information down in our description as well. I'll retype that out, and so you guys can get some information there too.
Yes.
In the meantime, on the screen in front of us, it's our boy. It's the fat electrician. It's Nick. And this one is called The Biggest Troll in the Food Industry, Taco Bell. This one just came out in our world, like a week and a half ago or something like that.
yeah.
And I've been trying so hard not to
watch it.
because every time I log into YouTube, it just comes up. It comes,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's only like, 13 minutes long, and I'm like, I could just watch it really quick.
I could just watch it.
But
right
I
now.
knew it was going to end up
My
on
lunch break's an hour. I could watch this 4 times.
I knew it was going to end up on the list, and I was like, let's just save it. Joey and John have never seen the Fat Electrician before, so I think they're in for
I
a
need
treat.
his tank in my life.
Yeah.
Resurrect K1500.
You're gonna like a lot about this guy.
That is my
He's
jam.
Very cool dude. He was a medic in the Army, right? Is that correct?
Badass.
I believe it was either he's still in the reserves as a medic, or he was a medic in the Army and moved to reserves.
Gotcha,
or
okay.
Something to that effect.
Yep.
But
you guys know. You always let us know in the comments, and
yeah,
that's great. We appreciate
the
that.
chubby electron guy.
We're gonna, and we do need to dig into the Fat Files, which is his other.
I think this is from the Fat File.
Oh, is this one from the Fat File?
yeah.
Well, here we go. We're digging into the
People
Fat
think
Files.
I'm a metal vocalist if I go like this the whole fucking
No,
time.
you're not cupping the mic nearly enough, dude. You have to put your hand all the way around.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't see enough
Because for some reason that makes you sound better. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to get right into this. If you guys are along for the ride, like, comment, subscribe. Please click that button. It doesn't cost you anything. It can change the world for us here, and it just helps us improve the studio and make better content for you guys.
Yes.
Should we just go for it?
Let's get it.
All right, let's
Get
go,
into
boys.
it.
Let's learn some shit.
This is gonna be one of those times where you're like, man, I feel like I knew that. It just never really dawned on me until now. Today we're talking about Taco Bell, probably the biggest troll in the restaurant industry. Buh! That's not true. Have you read Wendy's Twitter? It's hilarious. Buh! Yeah, we know. Wendy's has a funny Twitter where they clap back at
Wendy's does
people
have
in the
lunch.
comment section. Okay, what I need you to understand is that Taco Bell has been out here actively trolling entire government agencies, and they've been doing this since back in the 90s before the internet made that shit easy. They are quite literally one of, if not the only pioneer of meme-style marketing. And we're going to get into it right after word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Sheath.
you need
Okay,
more?
look, I'm not going to overcomplicate this. It's underwear with a pocket inside so you can stick your junk in it so your balls aren't stuck to your thigh. Okay, I've got this piece of paper with this page of all this shit I'm supposed to read. Like, oh, they have all these fancy new designs. Like, yeah, that's cool. They're also the official underwear of the UFC. Like, great. Okay, but look, here's the truth. You know who doesn't really need underwear to keep balls from sticking to their thigh? World-class athletes with six-packs. Okay, you want to know who does need this underwear? Bigger dudes that have been told at every doctor's appointment since they were like 11 that they needed to lose weight, and they just so happen to sweat anytime the temperature gets above 72, okay? Don't fucking look at me and I won't look at you, all right? And you want to know the best part about this underwear? You can buy a pair, try it out. Worst case scenario, you're like, you know what? Turns out I actually do enjoy my balls sticking to my thigh. You can just not stick your junk in the pocket, and then boom, you've got a
They made a
normal pair of
smart
underwear
choice,
that feels the
picking him.
exact same, except now you've got a secret pocket that you can, like, I don't know, hide stuff in if you wanted to.
Oh, and you can put your weed in there.
So yeah, you absolutely need to try some Sheath underwear. You literally have nothing to lose. The worst case scenario is that you bought some underwear. The best case scenario is that you never have your balls stuck to your thigh ever again. I'm gonna have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. Our story begins in 1948 with a young man by the name of Glenn Bell. See what they did there? Glenn Bell, Taco Bell. Anyways, moving on. Glenn Bell has just returned home from serving his country as a cook in the United States Marine Corps. Okay, right out of the gate, things are already starting to add up. I've said it once and I'll say it again. You don't call up the Marines unless you want something dead, broken, or pregnant, and I've known that Taco Bell was military food all along. But Glenn didn't start off by selling Mexican food right out of the gate. He actually opened up a hot dog stand in San Bernardino, California, known as Glenn's Drive-In. And things go absolutely awesome. They go so awesome that after a couple of years, he opens up a second location and expands into not only selling hot dogs, but also selling hamburgers. But then another restaurant comes into San Bernardino, California, and they're also just trying to sell a bunch of hamburgers, a little company called McDonald's. So Glenn decides, you know what, I'm not going to try to out hamburger McDonald's. I'm going to go ahead and make a slight alteration to my menu. I'm not going to sell hot dogs and hamburgers anymore. I'm going to start selling tacos. And my favorite little fun fact about this is that Taco Bell's taco sauce is actually Glenn Bell's original recipe for the chili in his chili dog.
Hell yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's it. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. Oh my God.
The cinnamon big red stock went up in that scene.
Yeah, did you guys know that tacos are just Mexican hot dogs?
Services for emergencies only.
Yeah, I know, but hear me out. This explains why Taco Bell's original slogan was always think outside the bun.
Holy
She is suffering from the worst case of hemorrhoids I have ever seen.
Sorry, I got really distracted. Anyways, he goes from selling hot dogs and
shit, that was
hamburgers,
good editing.
changes the name of his
was
restaurant to
good.
Taco Tia, and now he starts selling tacos out of a drive-through window. And his entire strategy is volume. He wants to sell as many tacos as possible, as cheaply as possible. He ends up selling tacos for 19 cents a piece, and the reason he's able to do that is
Hit me again.
That K-1500's gun mounted.
Yes.
Oh my God, it does have a mount. Wow, that is incredible. So it's kind of like a warthog, but it's a K-1500.
my goodness.
That is incredible. Nick, we need some shirts, buddy.
Yes,
I mean,
2XL right here.
it's
I will
not
be
on
on
you.
stage with that thing, dude.
It's not on Nick. We just have to go out and buy them. But,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
like,
good.
if those are available, we need to.
Yes.
So we need to seriously consider that because
Yep.
the gun mount makes it.
In a heartbeat, dude.
I mean,
I'll be in Iowa wearing that.
What's
this
funny?
spring.
What's funny is he has an episode where it's called Cash for Clunkers, and he goes into that whole Cash for Clunkers thing and how the government destroyed 700,000 cars. And he talks about in that episode how he was just looking for a reasonable truck, and he was like, "Cool, Chevy K1500," and how it's basically impossible to find one in decent condition because the government ruined a
Because it was
shitload of them.
the number one most crushed vehicle.
Yeah,
during
they
that time.
just
You go to the
destroy
bread
them.
basket though. It'll be a town of 700. There will be 23 of those in that.
That's what I was saying. Like you can find them around here.
Yeah.
it's there. You can find some in
They're
decent.
rough.
You can find some in decent shape,
My
but
3/4 ton's a little rough. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
it ain't found a tree that it didn't love on that ranch it was on before I found her.
So yeah, he has a whole episode about that, and it's awesome to see him just like he went so
I love
far
this.
into it that he was like, I'm making a shirt. I'm so upset about this that I'm making a shirt.
So I've started to notice a trend with some of the people that he's covered, which you guys will probably have to, like, when you're on the road or whatever, listen to some of his
Oh yeah, this
YouTube
guy will get
videos.
added to the list.
He's amazing,
real
dude.
quick.
He's amazing.
But like he's talked about Costco, right? He's talked about now Taco Bell, Starbucks. Like it's always been it seems that the success of a business is as cheap as possible and as much as we can just shove out the door.
Yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
like
Yeah.
a lot of these other, like, there's a lot of places, especially now, they'll start a business and go, oh, well, I want to sell a quality product. Okay, fair enough. But they like, this quality product costs, me like $40 to make, and I'm going to sell it to you for $200.
Right.
And they just hope it works out. And it kind of seems to be, over the years, the formula is cheap as possible and get it out to as many people as you can. Fucking just throw them out for free. If
Whatever it
you have
is,
to.
just
Like,
throw that shit out there. And then before you know it, it's like the tipping point thing, right?
Yeah.
Like economics 101, man. You got to spend money to make money. So they
Yep.
just like make a shitload of them, get rid of them as fast as you can, and
Yeah.
we'll see what the backside of it is
Yeah.
like, like we'll see what happens on the other end.
we're going to build 2 facilities to make our own goddamn hot dogs. Because
Goddamn,
if you
dude,
change
Costco.
the price of a fucking hot dog,
I will ruin you.
I will kill you.
Yeah, I will yeah, that's literally what Costco did. I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason why Costco's hot dogs have never changed price ever, well, I mean, maybe they've
Yeah.
gone up a few cents, but they literally built their own hot dog distribution and manufacturing plant.
Nice.
They make their own fucking hot dogs. Like,
Yeah.
it's incredible. Just so they could keep them at a low price. Because they were such a good selling point for people that people were like, if you raise the price of the hot dogs, I will not shop here anymore. And they're based on their profit is based on their memberships, because they're like a, what is it, net zero company?
They make a net zero on almost everything they sell.
Everything they sell is like at cost.
Yeah.
Costco, and
So-
that's why when you walk in there, something like a gallon of milk is like $3.72 or whatever.
Because
It's
that's
like
what
a
it costs
weird,
them to get.
Back
weird
in my
price.
day, a gallon of milk was 75 cents.
75%.
I remember a day when it was like 99 cents for a gallon of milk. I'm old.
I'm not quite that old. I
white
remember
my beard.
$1.25, man.
Back
Those
when you
were
could get
days.
2 40s and a pack of Marlboros for $5.
Right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, no shit. No shit. All right, here we go. Let's keep. Oh, I'm on the volume. That's right. I meant to do this. All right, we're good.
Is he just streamlines the entire making
Oh,
or
I was going to
assembly
ask really
process.
quick. Sorry, everybody.
Yes, please ask.
Did he mention what happened to the hot dog stand?
He just decided he was going to change it up.
He just changed it to taco.
He's
choice.
like, hamburgers came to town with McDonald's, and I'm just not competing.
I was wondering
so-
about that. I think we laughed through it and I missed it, but I wanted. He was like, all of a sudden
It was
started
the
talking
think
about.
outside the bun steak.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
There it is. All right, we're good. I'm on track. It's fine.
15 cents a piece, and the reason he's able to do that is he just streamlines the entire making or assembly process of a taco. And the way he does that is he pretty much exclusively utilizes hard shells. That way tacos are just easier to make and the shells are always ready. And to some degree, he's kind of credited with inventing the hard shell taco, which probably isn't true, but he's definitely the reason that they became so
Maybe the
popular.
American
And if you
hard
think
shell
that sounds
taco.
crazy, it's absolutely not. You got to remember, this is like the 1950s. A lot of people in America that weren't near the southern border had never even heard of a taco, let alone had one. For a lot of people at this point in time, the first time they actually had Mexican food was at a Taco Bell once they started expanding. But regardless, the point is, Glenn Bell has officially just become the Henry Ford of tacos, okay? Just mass production. And to nobody's surprise, that goes great. He grows Taco Tia into multiple locations, ends up selling the entire brand off to another company, starts his own company to grow it again. This one is called El Taco.
Damn,
Does the
dude.
same thing all over again, grows a company, sells it
Damn,
off.
dude.
This time he wants to do it a
Taco's
fourth
still
time,
around,
but he
isn't it?
wants to make
Del
it a
Taco.
franchise company, and he wants to run the entire
don't know if
thing.
it's the
So
same
he needs some capital. He partners up with 4 players from the NFL's LA Rams, and they end up starting the very first Taco Bell in 1960.
What?
Successful
And
thing the
absolutely
LA
nobody's
Rams ever
surprised.
did.
They totally crush it. I mean, they're selling 19-cent tacos to Americans. It's basically a layup. In the NBA, though.
Oh my god, yes, he went there, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude. Oh no.
Oh, man.
Dude.
He had to do him
Oh,
like that.
that's so
Oh,
brutal, dude.
man. I
Anyways,
get
within
it.
5 years
So
of being
brutal.
in business, they're doing so well that by 1967, other successful fast food franchises are looking to cut in to this fast food Mexican niche. So Pizza Hut actually starts their own restaurant called Taco Boy, ends up being a huge failure.
Boy,
They cannot out
Pizza
Taco
Hut.
the Bell. Okay, fast forward 10
Out-taco
more
the
years,
Bell.
they crush it the entire time, and then in 1978, they actually do end up getting bought out by a larger company, Pepsi.
Yeah. Oh, I hope he goes in further to this thing.
Okay, and this is the most important part of the story.
Now,
Yes, he is going to go into it too.
I think he has a video specifically talking about Pepsi. And this was part of Pepsi's strategy.
Because
Because Coke was the biggest the biggest thing. Like,
Dominating.
You can't.
They were all fast food restaurants for Coke,
Yeah.
and everyone's at fast food. That's a huge volume for soda companies. So Pepsi, to get
Oh.
in, they couldn't out soda Coke, so they bought Taco Bell and like 2 other major players. I want to say like KFC and somebody else. When you see those dual fast food places, whoever's partnered with Taco Bell is also owned by Pepsi.
Like the A&W
That's
and
why you have
fucking Long
Mountain
John
Dew
Silver's or whatever.
at those places, and they're the only
What?
place that have Pepsi products, dude.
Yep.
Fun fact: did
crazy.
you guys know that
Straight
Coke,
to the outro with Joey.
Coke is so big?
And become a part of the.
Good, John.
Coke is so big that they are the reason why Santa Claus is red, like his suit's red.
No shit. Oh, well, I guess with like the polar bear
What?
ads and stuff, I guess that
'Cause,
kind of makes sense.
Back in like 1800s and earlier, it was like
When
a
there was
blue
cocaine
suit or a
in the
brown
Coke.
suit
No
that
shit.
Santa would always wear.
What?
And then like the 30s, when all like Coke started to be a thing, everything turns red because they were pushing.
I'm
Coke,
learning.
or Coke was
I'm
pushing
learning
it.
so
Maybe
much
soon
tonight.
he'll be gold
Oh my
from
God.
Liquid Death grapefruit.
Joey needs
And Santa too can
10
get
for
his
10 is
thirst
looking for
murdered.
sponsors.
You don't even need. He needs no promotional advertisement. He is his own walking billboard.
Yes.
Man.
Oh, dude.
I will be too. I'll put your patch on my shirt.
I'll do it. Send it to me,
I'll
bro.
sew it onto my chest, bro. Let's go.
We'll be touring in a NASCAR car. just be ads all over.
This
the
sticker
frickin'
is
thing.
large and inconvenient, but I do love Fig Newtons.
Oh yes, dude, nice.
All right, let's go back and hear what he has to say about Pepsi here.
Okay, and this is the most important part of the story because this is where shit gets completely out of hand, okay? Pepsi also bought a bunch of other restaurants right around the same time, like KFC and Pizza Hut. But Pepsi wasn't out there buying all these restaurants because they were trying to make money off of the restaurant, right? They didn't think they could sell tacos better than Taco Bell. They didn't think they could sell pizza better than Pizza Hut. They bought them so that they could beat Coke. You see, because at this point in time, Coca-Cola is number one. It's not even close. Everybody prefers Coke, and Coke is in every restaurant in America. And Pepsi realizes that they need to be able to get their soda into restaurants so that people are forced to try it.
Here comes the airplane. There you go. Open it. Yeah, eat it. Put it in your mouth, but just eat it. God, I hate it.
And at this point, pretty much no restaurants in America are going to willingly carry Pepsi products because everybody wants Coke and they don't want to have to tell every customer, is Pepsi okay? So in PepsiCo's mind, in a complete just gangster big dick move, they're like, you know what, fuck it, we're just going to force restaurants to carry Pepsi. We're going to buy out entire restaurant chains and then force them to carry Pepsi products, which is going to force the customer to drink Pepsi, and then we're going to get a follow.
Damn,
And why this is
dude.
important to Taco Bell's story is
Bold,
because
huh?
the new owner of Taco
It's
Bell
almost as though
doesn't really
Philip
give a shit about
Morrison
tacos.
bought
Okay, new
all the snack
They
food.
literally just forced
After they
Pepsi
couldn't
down
advertise
people's throats.
in
They-
kids' magazines anymore.
Like, oh, you like Taco
Similar
Bell
move.
and you want a combo meal. We don't have Coke options. You get
Yeah,
Pepsi or
you
you
get
get
Pepsi.
nothing.
Yeah.
They literally were just like, that's it. That's what you get. Or you can just not get a drink and go home and drink water.
I mean, that's genius. He's talked about like people don't like options. You give them too many options.
Option paralysis, yeah.
Yep.
And so
That
you
is
just
sales 101, dude.
That's
you give them the
crazy.
most 3 choices. Some people you got to read their face and give them 1 choice.
that's
Yeah.
fucking
You know what I
wild,
mean,
dude.
Right.
Hey,
What-
here's the way you do that.
And it's like he said, it's like those big dick corporation moves
Yeah.
where they're like, as just like a regular consumer or just like a regular person like us, like I would never think that like, oh, in order to get 307 Reacts merch, let's buy the licensing rights for As the Structure Fails and just
Yeah.
make them
And
wear
just make
307.
them wear our
and they
shit.
have our
Yeah.
shirts instead of their shirts. They just have our shirts at
And
their
they
merch
have to
table.
post 1 episode a week,
Like
from our
yeah,
channel to
like,
theirs. Like,
obviously,
yeah.
totally a different game, but like I mean,
Similar.
relatively, it's like kind of what a weird. I would never think
Yeah.
to do something like that. Pepsi was just like, I want your restaurant.
Yeah.
You're still gonna make the tacos, but we're not touching that recipe.
We want nothing to do with
Your
that.
fountain display over there, though, we're gonna rework that a little bit.
Like, yeah, so would you like to put our fountain display in? They're like, yeah, we already got something with Coke. He's like, listen, I'll just buy the building.
He's like, my guys are
How's
already
that?
there. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I'll just buy the building, and my guys are already
Have
there
a
with my
truck
machine.
circling the block.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
that is crazy to think about, man.
Yeah.
Like again, spend money to make money, dude. Like we're not just gonna ask them to put our machine in. We're just gonna buy their franchise, and we're just gonna put our machine in there.
Yeah.
Way more expensive than just putting a machine in there. But look what happened, man.
Worked out.
Does Coke own Mellow Yellow?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, but there's no competition there. You know what I mean? Like
Technically,
Mountain Dew
it's
over
supposed to be
Mellow
Mountain
Yellow.
Dew,
Technically, it's
but-
Mountain
You
Dew,
know,
yeah.
and then.
But I get what you're
Coke
saying, like,
versus Pepsi. Like
if you ask any Mountain Dew drinker, Mountain Dew or
they're
Mellow
not
Yellow,
going to
they're
drink
like,
Mellow Yellow at all, dude.
I mean, I think my uncle actually, we went to Old Chicago today, and he asked for a Mountain Dew. They gave him a Mellow Yellow,
Yep.
and
Neat.
he drank it.
Yeah.
So,
did he enjoy it though?
I didn't ask.
Or did he go?
You know, I don't think he drank it as fast as he would have drank a Mountain Dew.
I'm gonna drink it, but
give it
I'm
that.
not gonna enjoy it.
I'm going to trick my brain into thinking that's a Mountain Dew because it's yellowish in color and carbonated, but for something tells me, man, it's just not going to be the same, right?
No, not at all.
All right, let's keep going.
The Taco Bell story is because the new owner of Taco Bell doesn't really give a shit about tacos. Okay, new mission is not to sell good quality Mexican food at a fair price. No, the new mission is get as many motherfuckers through the door as possible and force them to try Pepsi. And at this point, Taco Bell, aka the restaurant founded by a Marine, is like, I'm gonna do dumb shit and troll everybody. Which, to be fair, is a completely reasonable reaction when your entire company basically gets turned into a front to waterboard people with Pepsi. Okay, I'm just gonna take the shenanigans from the top, okay? In 1992, Taco Bell hired Johnny Cash to be their spokesperson, right? And I know what you're thinking. Why is that funny? Johnny Cash is awesome. Seems like a great spokesperson. A, I completely agree. But B, it's funny because he's the guy that got famous for singing The Ring of Fire. Okay, moving right along, the very next year, 1993, Demolition Man, the movie comes out. Okay, for those of you that are not familiar with this cinematic masterpiece, here's the entire plot line. We're gonna take Rocky, we're gonna put him inside of a popsicle, and then we're gonna thaw him out like 100 years in the future so that he can fight Blade with blonde hair. So Taco Bell jumps in and they're like, you know what? Make us every single restaurant in the future. During the storyline of this movie, have a little offshoot where you pepper in the fact that every restaurant in the world is now Taco Bell because there was restaurant wars and Taco Bell fucking won. Okay, the longer the story goes on, the more sense it makes that it was founded by a Marine. By the time 1996 rolls around, they decide they're not going to just troll their customers, they're going to start trolling everybody, including the United States government. So what they did for April Fools in 1996 is they took out a full-page ad in the 7 biggest newspapers in America claiming that Taco Bell had reached an agreement with the U.S. government to purchase the fucking Liberty Bell and that they were renaming it the Taco Liberty Bell instead. Now, bear in mind, this is 1996. Public outcry is still moving pretty slow. There's no Twitter, there's no social medias where people can just immediately be a reactionary at the drop of a hat. No, if you want to be upset about something, you've got to write a letter or you've got to go get a phone book, track down somebody's phone number, and call them. There was so much public outcry that by noon of April Fools, the Philadelphia branch of the National Park Service had to have an emergency press conference and tell everybody that it was just a joke and that they didn't sell the Liberty Bell to a taco company. Also worth noting, because it's funny, the White House press secretary at the time, when he was asked about this joke, decided to be a complete smartass and respond by saying, and I quote, "The federal government is also selling the Lincoln Memorial to Ford Motor Company and renaming it the Lincoln Mercury Memorial." And my personal favorite, in 2001, the Russian/Soviet space station Mir was going to collide back to Earth. Okay, this is like the last remaining symbol of Soviet space travel success, and it is going to fall into the ocean.
There's got to be his big break.
Yes.
We've got to fuck with him.
So Taco Bell is like, fuck it, we're going to get a...
By the way, if you guys have never seen that movie that clip's from, it's Boondock Saints.
Dude, incredible.
Check it out. It's one of my favorites.
Good glory, yes. If there's anyone out there in the world that hasn't seen it, please go out and watch it.
I'm one of those people.
Yep.
Oh no!
Just turned on me.
Where's his?
No.
Anyways, so we're hiring for a new drummer.
I'm just gonna. I know a guy. Oh, I definitely don't redo his drum parts when he goes to lunch and gets pizza for us.
You sound an awful lot like the recordings.
Fun fact about the Boondock Saints: one of the two guys, his last name is Greenlee.
Yeah.
And the other guy, his birthday is the same. He has a birthday. It's October 2nd, 1989.
Yeah.
Same birthday as Kyle, my best friend.
Oh shit!
Like the weirdest. First time I saw that movie, I was like, it shows their birthdays after it shows the guys, and I was just like, or it shows their names, and then the dude's birthday, and I was just like, what? And I was watching it with Kyle, and I was like, this is weird.
This is a sign. We're supposed to go out there. Get your fucking rope.
We had a lot of Nerf gun fights back in the day. We loved our Nerf guns, so that was, it was like a thing. But
oh man, great movie,
incredible movie. I need to watch. I haven't seen it in so long. I need to watch it again, dude.
I usually watch it every.
Look at this guy. Where's this guy going? Nowhere. Hello, where are you going? See, nowhere.
So we got a serial stomper theory.
Serial
crusher theory.
All right, did we go back?
Freaking
we're good. We're good now. Taco Bell, probably. We gotta fuck with them.
Yeah.
We've got to fuck with him.
So Taco Bell is like, fuck it, we're gonna get a giant inflatable target and stick it in that part of the ocean with a big ass bullseye that says free tacos here. And if the Russians can manage to hit this fucking target with their space station, we're gonna give free tacos to everybody in America. Okay, this is why Pepsi is my favorite soda brand. Do I like the taste? No, but I just like how much they hate the USSR. Okay, for those of you a little fuzzy on the timeline, the USSR disbanded in 1991, right? 6 years later in 1997, Pizza Hut, the other restaurant owned by Pepsi, gets Mikhail Gorbachev, the former leader of the USSR, to appear in a Pizza Hut commercial to send the very clear, very loud message of communism can't out Pizza the Hut. And now, 4 years after that, the Mir space station, the last remaining symbol of Soviet success at literally anything, is about to fall out of orbit and collide with the planet, and a taco company is putting a giant target in outer space, offering free tacos to the entire country that beat them in the Cold War if they manage to hit this target with any remnants of the Soviet space station.
Not only is this gonna that was the target with like a little ocean landscape in the background. I wonder if you could really revive this, because I feel like this fun fact should have been taught in fucking middle school. And I really feel like I was shorted because I was around when this was happening. I should have been aware of this.
This is one of the greatest success stories I've ever heard in my life.
This is awesome.
And honestly, most of the times when we watch Nick, when we watch The Fat Electrician, we have the same, like, everything, even the Costco one. Like, I know what Costco is. I kind of know their business model. When he lays out certain facts and like how they came to be and what they were doing and stuff, you're just like, oftentimes halfway through the episode, you're just sitting here like, what? What is happening, dude?
So here was one that really blew us away that was kind of recently. You remember the Got Milk ads when you were in school, right?
Oh.
So typically those, like,
dude,
if you have an
terrifying,
ad,
dude. How
it's
did they afford?
usually a company.
Yes, how did they afford all those freaking celebrities?
What company was it?
It wasn't. It was the government. It was the government.
It was a
literally
CIA
That's why I tell people.
psyop.
That's why I tell people I'm lactose intolerant.
Because they
look at me weird when I don't drink fucking milk. Playing that shit.
Because the government stored a shitload of cheese inside of a bunch, 6 different mountains, and then had to start getting rid of it. And so they just similar thing. They forced people to start
Celine Dion,
using
Canadian.
dairy.
She's who taught me to quit drinking milk. She says she can't drink milk for 2 weeks leading up to a vocal performance.
That's facts.
I mean, you
shouldn't
where
do
it all
it.
started.
You
I
just
started
sing
more
It's
and more
horrible
into
for
milk.
me.
Yeah.
Day of a performance, I'm like eating sour cream and onion chips and chugging milk, and it's like,
Oh yeah, dude.
terrible. And then I end up like this with no fucking voice after the show. It's awesome.
If you really want to mess with like your mind about things that are pushed upon us as a society, just study back to both Great World Wars and things that had to be mass produced and that made private companies a lot of money, and then they had to find a market for it after the war was over.
Yeah, and that was the dairy industry, and it got fucked.
Yeah.
I read one thing that was a Marine's like guidebook, and it was like a 10-step thing, and one of the ones on there was, keep in mind your gun was built by the lowest bidder.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, dude.
That is
I think there's a similar story with that with like blue jeans. Like blue jeans were initially made for war dudes because they were durable, but they were also comfortable and lightweight.
And then
then
were quiet.
Yeah, and then they ended up being, now they're like a fashion statement. Like blue jeans, like
don't Navy SEALs still rolling blue denim?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Depends on where they're at. A lot of it was made specifically for swamp type warfare, like wet, like you're in the mud, wet, nasty, like.
And they were easy to produce too. They were like easy to make. They were durable.
Typically,
Like if you're collecting
teams, like,
grapefruits,
like SEAL teams and like MARSOC and like all these other Green Berets or whatever. They typically don't have one kit or one uniform. It's very based on where they're at, what they're doing. Like they may wear
adaptive,
a white T-shirt and basketball shorts for a minute.
Valid,
like you never know.
Enough. Yeah, that's fair. All right, back here. Let's go.
Managed to hit this target with any remnants of the Soviet space station. Not only is this going to maximize the amount of people watching with anticipation as one of the last living memories of the Soviet Union dies, it's also one giant last middle finger letting them know, hey, we have complete confidence that you guys always miss. Which is exactly what happened. The Soviet space station did not hit the target, probably because it wasn't at point blank facing a wall, and Taco Taco Bell did not have to buy everyone in America a taco.
that was a
So
good one.
Taco Bell is just god-tier level shit talking and trolling, but on top of that, they also have brilliant marketing ideas. My personal favorite and most infuriating, mostly because it didn't stick around, was in 2017, Taco Bell collaborated with Lyft to have a taco mode inside of their app. And what taco mode was is that when you got picked up by your Lyft driver, they would then immediately take you to the closest Taco Bell drive-thru, let you get food, and then take you home from the bar.
Badass.
Love it.
Because let's be real. Let's be honest, right? Like,
Okay, I don't know how this feature didn't stick around longer. Maybe I'm in the minority, apparently, but this is exactly what I want. Okay, I spent my entire childhood getting told don't talk to strangers.
said,
As a grown-ass adult, there's nothing I want more in my life than to be able to summon a stranger with my cell phone and have them take me to Taco Bell before dropping my drunk ass off at home. And you know what I'm going to order? All the ridiculous shit they've had on the menu
I don't
over
drink,
the years.
but I
because
use
remember,
driving services when I'm in cities.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
I don't know.
fuck
where
it,
the
I don't
know how
want
to
to
get
drive
around.
Yeah.
Screw that. And
Yeah.
by the time I spend that much of my day on the task, I might as well have just paid someone that knows where the hell they're going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is in a car that's suited to make the whole adventure.
Yeah.
And if they had taco mode, hell yeah, that's how I'm
Hell
starting
yeah.
off the trip.
Like, why not,
Like,
dude?
hey, I'm gonna activate taco mode the second I walk in that.
The second I sit down, boop, and it pops up on his screen, like, yeah, you know, buddy. You know
Ordering
what it
from
is.
the back seat, like I'm some sort of
Yeah,
important
yeah,
person.
yeah, exactly. You know what time it is, dude, okay? We're in taco mode here. Let's go. Nearest one.
they're only there to push Pepsi products. They don't care about having good quality Mexican food, and that's why they've essentially turned their entire menu into a circus show. I love it. The entire menu is just like the shit that you would talk about with your buddies when you were like drunk or high. Like, bro, you know what would sound good if we made a quesadilla and then turn that quesadilla into the shell for a burrito? We'll call it the quesarito. Oh man, this crunch wrap sure is good. You know
Dude,
what would
so
make it better if we replaced the hard shell tortilla on the inside with a giant fucking Cheez-It. And you know what? While we're at it, we might as well make the hard shell tacos shell a giant Dorito. Why not? So yeah, in conclusion, that is the story of Taco Bell. That time that a Marine came home from World War II, started a Mexican hot dog restaurant that somehow perfected the art of shit talking, trolling, and creating weird menu items, all on its quest to force people to drink Pepsi. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the
amazing.
channels. Go buy some
Love it.
merch over at thefatelectrician.com.
Oh, it's got hoodies?
Yeah,
Slack
dude.
bang.
I need it in
out.
the tank, but the
I want
hoodie is
that
legit
hoodie
as-
big time, dude.
You know, for once, I know this video is super unhinged, but I feel like it's not my fault this time.
At all. He was just spitting facts this time, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, so it turns out I need to get me a K1500 hoodie. I need one of those bad.
So if we could, Mr. Editor Matt,
Oh,
okay,
boy.
go ahead and keep screen cap up.
Okay.
Let's
hang
go
on.
back to that video after the sad.
It's going to be a minute now because I got to just everyone just calm down. Calm down, structure fails. We'll get there, okay? We'll get to you.
You're like, man, I feel like
Okay, so if we pause it right here, we'll go ahead and zoom in there.
Here, I'll give me a better zoom in. There we go.
It looks like he's upgraded from the casting couch, and he now has a casting coffee table.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he used to have, if you watch some of his older videos, he used to have what he called the casting couch. And
Why did he call it the
would-
casting couch, Christopher?
He would buy props.
He just breezes right
okay,
past it.
buy props to write off for his taxes for his YouTube stuff. So if you look on the casting coffee table, it looks like he got himself a nice AR-10. Of
Looks
course,
like
it's
nice
a
gun.
prop.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a prop. It's not real.
It's a prop, and he gets to write that off because it's in his video. So
Yeah, it's
he
a
has
prop.
The casting.
Same with
coffee
what do we got
table now.
over on the right hand side? What is this guy?
I have no idea. It
looks
looks more expensive than I.
It looks much more expensive.
Yeah,
Out of your ballpark?
out of my ballpark for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
about that
fun little
rubber
fact
ducky,
about
though?
him. And then
That's merch. That's part of his merch. You can buy that shit. I want one of those, and I want one of those, and I want one of those.
One of those.
In a hoodie. And he uses a Lewitt LCT 440, and that's a dope-ass microphone.
yes.
Again, out of my ballpark. That's why we buy the knockoff.
So what are we
vintage
putting in the
67s.
background of this next show?
I'm waiting for LTD to get a hold of me, dude. I got to lace this. I got LTD back there. Like, I'm just waiting, dude. I got 2 LTDs on the wall
You know
back
what
there,
I got
okay?
in the background?
Oh, my, here it comes again.
Oh, my thirst is about to get murdered by this liquid death.
So
I am gonna laugh
now
my
that
ass
you're
off.
on this liquid death thing. He does a video on liquid death.
He does.
Oh,
He
yeah?
has one.
It's
He
good.
does have one, yeah.
It's very good.
I'm gonna stream that one up next.
And because we've said
they're-
it so much, if the algorithm is really listening,
Yeah.
So when we did Cheese Mountain, his
you
cheese
think this will
episode of
really
this,
happen? 'Cause,
There's a whole
dude. I do drink the shit out of your stuff. on the road.
There's a whole section of
And
it
on
where the
stage.
government gave Domino's. Basically, the reason why Domino's still exists is because the government gave them a shitload of cheese and had them put extra cheese on all their pizzas. And when we did
Back
that
to the
episode,
dairy
we got
conspiracy.
a handful of comments or more of people that were like, "How crazy is it that we're eating Domino's pizza right now?" And the Domino's thing comes up, and there's a Domino's ad in your video. So there might be a Liquid Death.
There might be a
ad
Liquid
in
Death
this,
ad.
in this
in,
video.
in pettiness and trolling and stuff, have you heard the story of how they had Armless Palmer? So all their drink names
Yes.
are kind of like a gory name and stuff. So they had Armless Palmer. That was a lemonade tea mix.
Yeah.
Made
Well,
famous by an ex-golfer.
They originally had it called the Arnold Palmer. And he talks about it in that video, in that Liquid Death one.
Now called Dead Billionaire.
Yeah, Dead Billionaire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they changed it? Really?
Yeah,
dude.
so
That's
good.
amazing, dude.
So
I haven't seen the
good.
Liquid Death
And
one.
they
I've seen
just
the ad for
posted
it.
the
But
piss out of it when they were doing it,
Yeah.
dude. Just
hell yeah.
vulgar about
That's
it.
amazing.
The crazy thing that you'll probably like about Liquid Death is they came out to compete with, so like when you went to what are those the fucking concerts, the Warped Tour. At Warped Tour, you would always see the
Warped
bands
Tour.
on stage with monsters.
Yep.
Monster Tour
But
water.
if you look close, it was water, right?
Yep.
And so they're like, oh, well, this is actually like pretty fucking cool. All you have to do is make a cool looking can and put water in it,
Yep.
and everybody will drink it.
Yep.
And so they made it, and they had a whole bunch of like celebrities, musicians, and like a whole bunch of like, people doing the same thing that they just stepped into Monster's spot. Which is super
and the
cool.
cans kind of look like tall boy alcohols, and
Yeah.
being just shy of 9 years sober,
Yeah.
it works great for me in art environments because I'll be walking around with a line that looks like a Mickey's.
You legitimately look like every
That
now and
looks
then.
like an MGD, don't it?
It looks like a Coors Banquet.
Coors
it looks like a
Banquet.
Coors Banquet for sure, dude.
The Mickey's one's solid for me because that's actually what I used to drink. So
Nice, dude.
The line works out great for me. And then the tea ones are micro-dosed caffeine, and so those are nice when you're on the road because then you're not all Red Bull jittery and you're
Yeah.
like, that's
Right.
You don't peak and then crash and then do that
You
thing.
just
yeah.
kind of just cruise
like-
along, and whether it's 4 a.m. and a back highway going from Missouri to Iowa, and you're like, I can't stop here. I don't trust none of these faces. We were getting gas on the side of the damn thing, and that tweaker walks across the entire empty truck stop. Hey, you guys from around here? And I just reach over to the panel of my door and stared at him while John answers from over the car. And he just yep, all right, spins and walks away. Dude, like, wrong car.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a light? No.
Yeah, I got
No,
two
we
of
don't
them.
have a lighter or a cigarette.
You guys got
Keep
a light?
walking.
I got two of them. They're on the front of the car. Which, by the way, we're out of here. So see you, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, stories from the road. If you guys want to hear more of that, check out 10for10's YouTube page. I know you guys don't have a lot of like podcast stuff on there or anything, but I mean, they're always posting stuff. Follow them on Facebook. They're always posting. They're pretty good about their social media, things like that. And they'd love it if you guys gave them a like and a subscribe and a follow and all that stuff.
And honestly, if we're gonna go there, if you really want to know stories of the road, I actually have published books.
Yeah, that's true.
3 poetry books and a single short story.
Yeah.
You can check those all out. They are going on sale for a couple of weeks.
Are they on Amazon?
My print company, they're on Amazon. You can
There you
type in Joey Dietrich. They're on our Bandcamp page, and we're in Barnes and Noble.
And I'm sure,
so-
do you have all of that information on your Facebook page?
Yes.
So there you go. So if you go to their Facebook page, 10for10, and I'll put their name up above them or whatever when
It'll
we
be
do.
in-
Maybe we could drop.
And
my
it'll be in the description.
Our link tree, like right.
It'll be
Here?
either there or if
Right there.
if I've gotten this far in the edit
right
and I've just
here.
given up at this
Right-
point,
right
it'll all
here.
be in the description.
Just Mike
so.
Wachowski, John with it.
that is the story of all of our pictures. Is
As the drummer.
I am Mike Lazowski.
I was on 307 React's YouTube channel. He was just covered up the whole time. All right, guys, if you've made it this far into the episode, please leave a cloud emoji or leave a rainbow or some sort of poop emoji or something like that down in the comments to know you
poop
made
for
it
Joey.
this far. 410. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
410, 410.
And Chris is going to do our outro right now.
Yes. So, here's the deal, okay? Number one, let us know what we should react to next from the Fat Files. He's got tons of videos, tons of great stuff to watch. And then if you guys enjoyed today's episode as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the
Notification gang.
And we'll see y'all next time.
I almost
Deuces.
emo spun the microphone.
Give him that media training. That's why I'm just
You
going to
gotta have all that media experience.
do that. I'm going to do that for the next episode, too. And so you guys just everybody knows you're exposed at this point, dude. It's over.